On page 4-3 and 4-4, we're going to look at how to calculate the slope if you don't have a picture, a graph where you can count the slope. So you have two ordered pairs. It does not matter which one you call x1, y1, x2, and y2. All that matters is when you do this, we're going to put m equals, since we do rise over run, you need to subtract the y's on top and the x's on the bottom. Now the formula just states y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But again, it really does not matter which one you put first. So I will show you that right away with number 1. If you want to take the time to write x1, y1, x2, y2, you can do that. If you follow the formula, you would do 3 minus 1 over 4 minus 1. So y minus y, x minus x. 3 minus 1 is 2, 4 minus 1 is 3, and your answer is 2/3. Now, if you did this the other way, what you could do you don't need to label them if you don't want to. I'm going to just take all that away. You can just go in the order they're given to you as long as you remember to do the y's, so 1 minus 3 in this case first, and then you need to go back and do 1 minus 4. You just need to make sure you keep them in the order. What I mean by that is since I did this one first, then this 3, you couldn't go back and do the 4 first down here, okay? So that's what you have to keep track of, is the order that you put the top ones in, and make sure you do that same order in the bottom one. So this is going to look different, -2 over -3, but then you have to remember that a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So no matter which way you do this, you should get positive 2/3. We're just going to do the odd ones on this video. So number 3, I am going to actually start with this one, 5 minus -5. It's always a minus. So since I did this one first, now I need to go back and do this one, -4 minus -8. Again, you could have had it flipped around. It does not matter. This becomes positive 10 over positive 4, and we need to simplify, divide both of them by 2, and 5 over 2 is our final answer. Number 5. The y's are the same, so it really doesn't matter at all what order you go in. Then I'm going to do 5 minus 3 for my x's. 0 over 2, remember that's going to be 0. So make sure just 0 is your answer. If you leave it as 0 over 2, that will be counted incorrect. 0 divided by anything is just 0. Number 7, m equals 9 minus 3. So 9, 3, then I need to go back and do -1 minus 2. So again, the y's, just do them in whichever order you want, and then go back and make sure you do the x's in that same order. 9 minus 3 is 6. -1 minus 2 is -3. That divides to -2. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pause the video and then come back and check your answers. Number 9, if I do this 6 minus this 5, it might help to go back and cross them out also. Then I need to do this 5 minus this 6. So I get positive 1 on the top, -1 on the bottom, so that simplifies to just -1. Number 11, m equals -9 minus -2 over 5 minus 3. That gives me -7 over 2. Now, with these next ones, you're actually going to go backwards. So what that means is they're going to give you one ordered pair, half of the other ordered pair, and then the slope. So you're going to want to make sure you go back and look at your slope formula. You're just going to plug everything in to your slope formula from the front page. It might be helpful to write it off to the side. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm actually going to put it so my m is on the right-hand side, though. All right, so here's what it looks like. 6 minus y over, so I used this one first. So 6 minus y, I need to do negative 5 minus 5. Should be equal to negative 4/5. So that's the first part, is just setting it up. Putting the y's together on the top, the x's together on the bottom, equal to whatever your slope is. So now I'm going to write this over here. We still have 6 minus y over negative 10 needs to equal negative 4/5. Some of you will kind of realize that this top number just needs to be 8 because 8 over 10 simplifies to 4 over 5. Okay. The official way to go about it is to multiply, use your cross multiplication to use your ratios or your proportions. So remember, you need to distribute when you do that. 30 minus 5y is equal to 40. So this will just set up a new equation. Subtract 30 from both sides. Negative 5y equals 10. Divide by negative 5, and y is equal to negative 2. So again, you'll want to go back and plug that in right here. 6 minus negative 2 is positive 8 over negative 10 would give you negative 0.8 if you plug that into your calculator. Negative 4/5 if you plug that in will also give you negative 0.8. All right, so let's try that with 13. I'm going to do 6 minus negative 2 for my y's. And then x minus negative 3 needs to be equal to 2. So this becomes 8 over x plus 3 has to equal 2. If that's confusing because it's not a ratio, you can make this 2 over 1. So this is the ratio that, or the proportion that you would set up and solve. So in order to do that, remember you need to distribute. So 2x plus 6 is equal to 8. Subtract 6, 2x equals 2. Divide, and x equals 1. So again, you would want to plug that back up into your original slope formula to make sure that works. Now, some of you, when you get to this part, 8 over x plus 3 needs to equal 2. Well, that means your bottom part has to equal 4. Right? 8 over 4, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So that means x plus 3 has to equal 4. So then x just equals 1. So you can do a lot of these without doing the formal proportion if you would like. But the proportion will always work if you aren't sure how the shortcut works. Okay, so for 15, I'm going to do y minus negative 4 over, so this one, negative 5 minus negative 3 has to equal 9 over 2. So this becomes y plus 4 over negative 2 equals negative 9 over 2. So the 2's match and the negatives match. That means your top needs to be 9. So you could easily solve that if you notice that. If you don't notice that, that's fine. Cross multiply. You can actually put the negatives with whichever ones you want. So I'm going to leave it with the negative 2 and then put it with the 9 on this side. So 2y plus 8, don't forget to distribute, is equal to 18. Subtract 8. 2y equals 10, which means y equals 5. y minus negative 7 and then negative 3 minus 1 is equal to negative 4. Or again, if you want to put negative 4 over 1, so it looks like your proportion, you can do that. So y plus 7 over negative 4 equals negative 4 over 1. So when I cross multiply, I just have y plus 7 has to equal 16. So I subtract and get y equals 9. And number 19, y minus 5 is over 4 minus 0 is equal to 3/4. So I would have y minus 5 over 4 is equal to 3 over 4. So this one, your 4's already matched, so you just need to get your top to equal 3. So hopefully you can do that. If not, if we cross multiply, 4y minus 20 is equal to 12. Add 20, 4y equals 32. Divide, and y equals 8.